Hey, Sally. Hey, Tammy. I'm glad that your kids enjoyed Hawaii, Tammy. And thank you. I'm glad you also enjoyed the shorts from Japan. So I'm not sure if either one of you have gotten a chance to watch the short that I posted of the items that um, I have for sale. So those are the items that are available. Uh, uh, Posting or shipping or whatever is $8 no matter how many items you purchase. Uh, and then also any of the items that I have shown that are in the shape of the flower. So like, hold on a second. So like um this piece here, I can actually take a have a whatever, well, I can heat it up so that it is soft. And let me fix this. I can I can heat this up until it gets a little soft, and then I can also turn this into a little bowl. It'll just be a couple of dollars to do that. Otherwise, you know, I would just need to take the item and just clean it up a little bit, just smooth down the edges, and then ship it out to you. And then let's see. I am currently mixing uh, 6 ounces of clear resin so that we can pour something new. I'm going to be using today my round molds since we haven't used that in a bit. And I'll show you the colors here in just a second. Um, so uh, I should actually go get my iPad so that I just realized I didn't write down when there were some things I needed to write down, but anyhow, I need to go get my iPad here in just a second. Let me just finish uh, stirring this up. So I hope everybody has had a great weekend so far. Um, my son is currently now on spring break, so that means yes, they are okay to put in your window. Um, the only caveat to that is that I would just be careful with making sure that it doesn't get too warm, because if it gets too warm, then it will cause the item to possibly warp a little, which is why, like I said, I can take like a heat gun and to any one of those pieces, and I can soften it and get it, to shape into a bowl. Um, so that's the only other thing that I would be concerned about is that. And the other thing too is while the resin that I am using uh, shouldn't turn yellow, but that doesn't mean it won't. And um, thank you, Cindy, for being a member for 6 months. I really appreciate that. Um, so anyhow, uh, so yeah. Uh, Otherwise, it should be fine. Oh, and hey, Cindy, hey, Alley Cats, and hey, Kim, welcome in. Um, thank you for everybody for showing up today. I know Sundays tend to be a little harder than other days. But yeah, you know how it is when you get to have flares and all of that nonsense. It's like, okay, why today? So anyhow, and let's see. Oh, Kim, you've been a member for 10 months, and thank you for that. And then Mimi, um I know that it's probably a little bit longer. I think there were some changes that you need to make to the account. But then again, either way, thank you for being a member for what it's showing me as 5 months. Really appreciate it. Um, you guys are amazing supporters. For those of you who've been with me from the very beginning, you guys are awesome. I love you guys to death. You guys are always so supportive, which is why I really enjoy just, even if it's just for the few of us. Uh, sometimes that's nice instead of having, like 50 to 100 some people, to me anyway, because it feels like a little more intimate little, let's hang out in the living room and chit chat type of thing. Um, which is where the whole let's chat thing started for me. Is Thurston Stitches and I were talking about that way, 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 way back. Um, and I came up with this idea of the let's craft idea was, hey, Angie, is that it would be where we could all sit in quote unquote your living room and not necessarily have to talk, but everybody would be working on their own project and we could just hang out. No pressure to make elaborate conversation, but we're here just to enjoy each other's company. So essentially that's, the idea. That's where it kind of came to be. And oh, thank you, Tammy, for the very generous uh super chat. I really appreciate that. That always helps me when it comes to postage, any sort of giveaways, things like that. So I think my resin is mixed up now. Let me go ahead and grab my iPad. Um, for me, uh, the storms were fine. I mean, we got like rain and we got thunder and lightning, but no tornadoes near us. The closest it got was Tulsa, and unfortunately, I think I heard that somebody passed away when that happened. I think it was like a couple of weeks ago that they had that really big tornado. But luckily, my husband said that Stillwater is like kind of in a valley, if you could have a valley in Oklahoma. And he said, I think that's what he said, a valley or something to that effect. And so the fact that Stillwater is in the spot that it's in, a lot of times that the big storms that come through don't necessarily always hit us because it kind of the geography breaks up before it actually um, hits our area. So, I mean, because my husband watches the weather a lot. Um, oh, that's yeah. I that uh, so uh, so yeah. It just kind of um, well, he watches the weather because of work. So like several weeks back, before I left for Japan, where there was that massive snowstorm where like three-quarters of the United States, uh, that I'm not sure, Tammy, if that was the name of the school. But I do know that Tulsa got hit by a massively huge tornado. But like so like the big snowstorm that we got, My husband, whenever they get snowstorms like that, he usually has to like they're on they're on call, which just means all everybody has to come into work because they're first responders because they have to make sure that the airport is clear. And so, since he's a firefighter, so like during that snowstorm, which was so we got approximately I think 8 to 10 inches of snow, which you guys know for Oklahoma, that's a lot of snow. And the state essentially shut down. But he had to work at the airport. So that particular weekend, he had to work, like, I think he had to work 3 12-hour shifts. And one of the days was actually his day off. So I felt really bad for him that not only was it really crappy weather outside, but he had to work 12 hours. So it was 12 hours on, 12 hours off, 12. And then, so his shift normally starts at 4 o'clock in the morning. So, he was working from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m., that type of thing. So he was really exhausted by it all. So, anyhow, pause. Let me go get my iPad. I'll be right back. Okay. Hey, Jennifer. Welcome. And before I forget, I better put this on since we will be working on something. I mean, granted, these pants do have resin on them already, but I don't want to get any more resin on myself. Um, I mean, that would kind of defeat the purpose of me actually buying this apron. Um, and I do have something to give away today. Things um work out, and then as usual, I will do my best to stick to the 1 hour timeline, just because um you know I know it can be a little daunting to be on any longer than that. um and yes, thumbs up please. Thank you, Kim. Yeah, I really like this apron. I got it from Resin Rockers. And it's a nice heavy duty apron. It's got a lot of pockets, and although it's really big, unfortunately, it's one size fits all, which not, it doesn't necessarily mean one size fits all, which is really frustrating. Anyhow, all right. So, okay, so I did get my iPad, and I did let's see here. Um, Now let us me I'm gonna so this is what we made at the last live. If you guys remember, or if you weren't here. So I think it was hot pink, and then I think it was lime, and I think it was lucky green that I put on here. And then I used the white to kind of meet the or match the outline of the petals. We did fireworks in the center, and then I put some um, sparkly white pigment in with the white. So we'll unmold this here in just a second. But first, let me show you the colors that we're going to be working with today. I'm going to be doing the lace effect today. And then I can, the other thing too is that the item that we're going to be unmolding will also be for sale as well. So first things first, let's go over the colors that we'll be using today. Um, and I just kind of randomly picked colors with no really like real idea behind it all. I guess maybe I'm thinking more of a fun little um I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. We'll just go with the flow. All right. So I picked out lime, which it comes out to this nice light green color, right? This is lime here. Um this oh, this color here, this light color. And then we're doing emerald, which is a darker green. And then I picked out carrot. Now that's a color I don't usually use a lot. So it's obviously a nice orangey color. And then the last one is honey, which is it's within the yellow family, but it's a more brownish yellow. My thinking behind it with using the lace effect. Oh, and that's the other thing is I will be mixing in with the white, the Psych Gold powder, which is it's a nice light mica, but it will turn it like a shimmery gold color rather than a silvery shimmer. With the lace effect and how it normally works is you take about an ounce of the clear, add in a little bit more of the white than you necessarily would to make it a little heavier, but it should move to the center. And then what I'm how I normally work the colors is that I will pick a color to put in the center that will would be like a eye-popping color or a brighter color, and then pick accent colors to go around the sides. And so I was thinking in the center, I would probably put maybe the carrot or the honey, and then the remainder colors I would then put on the outside. So um, with the round mold, you would have a white. Um, I do too. I tend to use the golds more than the silver. But you know what? To me, uh, I think shimmer is always fun either way. So, anything shiny, glittery, all of that stuff is always fun. I'm going to take the white, add the gold, and then it'll go around the edge. And then I will then um, pour the clear uh, around it. And then the way it should work is that then um, it should pull the clear should pull it in the center. And then what I'll do is once I get it down and it starts to flood the mold, is I will then take the colors and then just kind of place them where they need to go once I get the clear down. So next, I know you guys are waiting to see how this guy came out. So let's unmold it. So in the center was fireworks. And then, like I said, I did do with the white to match the outline of the petals. And then I took my silicone stick and just drew it through once, through the lines. And what I like is that when I do that, you kind of get like little hearts. So it gives you that little accent as well. So you get the petal slash heart look. So let me get that out here. Okay, this out of the way. All right, ready? Yeah, Jennifer, I still have not quite gotten rid of this cold, unfortunately. The frogginess, still comes and goes, and I still have this whole nose thing. Okay, so, and there it is. So that's what it looks like. I really, really like how it came out. And when this was curing, I was debating on whether or not I should have backed it. Because I was thinking I like the color I would have selected to put on the back would have been more of a like a forest green, so a darker green color to make this pop. But I ended up going with just leaving it just to give more of that contrast, the clear, and then the white. And so yeah, I do like the way it came out. I like how the pink stayed in the center to give you that eye draw to the center along with the rest of the petals as well. So this guy here is going to be I'm gonna have it for sale for $15. I do like the way this one came out. So I'll hold it to this camera here so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. So that's what it looks like. And I do have a heat gun. Now if you do want something turned into a bowl, um, uh, there's a couple of options where I could um do it where like the ends here could be folded like where it would be a flat lip like this, or it would just be up and down. Um, but I mean, and then it would just be like $2 to do that because it does take time to heat it to the point where it gets soft, and then to work with it quickly enough to get it to, manipulate it to do what it needs to do. So, so yeah, this is 15. All right, so I'm gonna grab the other pieces. I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at them. Um, and like I said, shipping is 8 no matter what. Um, I'm just gonna show it to you, and then if you're interested, just let me know, and then I'll just write it down. If not, we'll just go ahead and pour um what we have planned for today. So there's that one, and then of course there's this one. It's kind of similar to that, except so that one is a 3D bloom. This is the lace effect. So it's essentially the same colors, only reverse with the green. So we have the hot pink in the center, and then I believe it's the emeralds on the inside, and then the lime on and then there's this white flower one. I really like this one. It's very delicate looking. Um, and how this is how it also looks on the other side. So you can use it the other way around too, if that's what you other, what you prefer. So it's purple. I think it was like ocean, and I want to say it's blue or sapphire, something like that. So either or is nice. And then I'm just, I'm biased because this is all my artwork. And then so all the proceeds will go towards postage, to giveaways, towards just anything for the channel to help, support me for supplies and all of that stuff. So I also like this one. I like it because I really like the center, the fun turquoise stones in the center, and of course, I like the electric purple in the back. So now this one, you can't use the back because you can't see the design on the back. So I like this one. I like the way that the 3D bloom really pops. I think I went heavier on the white with this one. And then this one I call Poppy. I think I don't remember what it was, but they said it reminded them of a poppy, and I think I totally agree. It does remind me of poppies with the black center. It does have black stones in the center, and you can kind of see the white 3D bloom. And then I use the red alcohol ink, and the red alcohol ink does have glitter in it. And then this one I call Sunshine. It has yellow and what else? So there was yellow and another shade of yellow, and then of course it's got the multicolored stones in the center. This one reminded me of Sally. Just because I know that she liked that one that I made for her, or that she purchased with the yellow and then all of that stuff. So yeah, this one reminded me. I think this also, the white has some of the gold mica powder mixed in, so it's shimmery too. So yes, it is, Sally. It's very much similar. It's just a tad bit lighter than the one that you have. Um, and then this one I called Ocean. It reminds me of the ocean because of the blue and the foamy white. And then this has black silver rock in the center. And then this one uh has pink edges on them, and this also has some shimmery powder in it. Hey, Deborah. And then this I think this is ocean, and I want to say this is fuchsia for the purple, for the pinky color. Um, and then this one I made right before I left for Japan. And so this is purple. This is the purple I used, the alcohol ink instead of using white, and it's got I think it's hot pink and turquoise uh as the offsetting colors. Yes, I agree. It does look like a morning glory. And you guys know that, like, when it comes to resin, while I may have an idea of what I would like it to look like, resin does whatever it wants to do. Okay, so now this one, again, is the lace effect. It's a lace effect when the edges are white, and the uh, magic of resin, the white migrates from the outside of the molds to the inside all on its own. I don't do that. Resin does that all by itself. I like this one. I think like the purple in the center look like all by itself, like petals. Yes, it does look like a Christmas flower. It does remind me of kind of like a poinsettia, sort of. But I resin never ceases to amaze me when it does the things that it does. Um, like I said, who would think that you would put resin on an edge of a mold and it would somehow move to the center? Um, so there's that one. And then here's another one. So this one has purple in the center. Again, lace effect. And it's got the nice blobbies, which is also what you want. And then of course you got the lime and then the emerald green. This reminds me again, flower, 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 flower. That's what it reminds me of. And that's essentially what I was going for as a look. These are the leaves, and that's the center. Um, that's essentially what it is. That's what the YouTuber that I follow, that I, kind of learned this technique from, that's what she calls them, blobbies, because they're blobs of white. All right. And then this last one, this one reminds me, this one I think I call poinsettia. And then it's got a rosy pink background, and it's fireworks in the center, and then a very light 3D bloom on the outside. So, oh, and then I won't forget, I do have two uh oval trays. So I have this one. Uh so that one it's got white, um, sky blue, and I think it's got some purple and some dark blue in it. And this is all fireworks. And then the last one is this one. It's got um it's got fireworks on the outside, fireworks in the center, and then there's a little bit of um blue glitter. Yeah, I think it was embossing powder. Light blue glittery embossing powder on the edges. And so yeah, that's what that is. So that's those two. So there's that. Now, let's get to pouring before the resin starts warming up. We don't want that because it already is starting to warm up. Um, so we're going to pour out approximately 1 ounce, so that I can make the white. And we're going to add a little bit more than we normally do. We don't need a piping bag for this effect. You know, eh, Sometimes it helps so that you can get the white up as close to the edge as possible. Um, so it's funny. My husband and I. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Uh, and Tammy, I made when I made those blue trays, I made it with you in mind for whatever. I mean, I was like, I thought of you when I made those oval trays. Oh, and let's not forget the gold powder. Um, but so on the 11th of this month. So this past Wednesday, my husband and I celebrated our wedding anniversary. We have been married for 29 years. Thank you, Jennifer. So we celebrated our 29th wedding anniversary on Wednesday, and it's so funny. So, um, my husband and I were texting on each other on Wednesday because he, was working and all of that. And he texts me, I tell him happy anniversary and all that stuff. And we've been married so long that we're kind of past the whole, um, oh, thank you guys. Um, when people hear how long we've been married, they're like, wow, you guys must have been babies when you guys got married. Um, uh, I was 19 and he was 24. And we got married just to the piece. We didn't have, like the big whole fancy white wedding, which is fine. I'm not fussy that way. And so anyhow, uh he says to me, he's like, oh, I meant to ask where you wanted to eat for dinner. Because we were gonna go, have dinner somewhere. And I need just a little bit more of the clear. um and so he said to me, on the text, he says, um you can pick where we eat for our anniversary tonight, because uh you cook dinner every night, so pick wherever you want to eat. So okay, so I'm running through the possibilities of where I wanted to eat. And so he comes home from work and all that stuff, and I go pick up my son from school. And uh uh I sit down on the couch, as we're trying to figure out what we're going to do for dinner. And so he says to me, um, uh, he says, shall we go eat at Texas Roadhouse for dinner? So that's his, like, nudge, nudge. That's where I want to eat. Well, that wasn't really what I wanted to. I didn't really want to go and eat steak, but that was his way of saying that's what he wanted to eat, which, I mean, that was fine. I'm always down for having steak. I love my red meat. So plus Texas Roadhouse always has lots of different other things to try. So anyhow, we went ahead and eat. Well, I said to him, I said, is that where you want to go? And he says yes. And so um I said, well, if we go to Texas Roadhouse, um then I get to choose where I want to eat this weekend. And he says okay, because he's at work. He had to go back to work today. So I said, whether it's Friday or Saturday, it doesn't matter. I want to be able to go where I want to go, since he got to pick where he wanted to eat. So anyhow, so yeah, we went to eat at um Texas Roadhouse. So he got what he wanted to have. And then what is it? And I'm gonna put my white down now, because it really is starting to warm up. I need to. And so um so then yesterday he took me to eat where I wanted to eat, which was noodles, as in pho. There's a restaurant that's actually in our Asian market here. It's called Devoted. And they make some very decent pho, considering that we're in Oklahoma. And it's kind of the last place you would think would be to get pho. Okay, so I am not going to. I need to get this down before it starts to cure. Um, this is starting to thicken. and I don't want to lose it. Okay, so and then once I'm done pouring, we can go back over what, if anything, you guys are interested in actually buying. Um, and then go from there. So hopefully I'm not too late with everything. We shall see. It may end up being that I am, but all right. So I'm going to put in the center, we're going to do the carrot in the center. Okay. And it's funny. So like, I know that it is starting to cure because I can feel the heat emanating from the resin, and I can feel it now. Like if you were to like physically put your hand over the resin, you can feel the heat. Hey Monica. Um what was my favorite thing in Japan that I ate that I have never eaten before? Oh, I know what it was. It was I got to eat Kobe steak. I've never had Kobe steak before. And we one of the first meals that we had when we went to Japan, um, we had and it was like, so it was essentially um it was breakfast slash dinner. And it was this little shop, and they were selling and it was only, essentially it was only one thing. The only difference was how much Kobe steak you wanted. Yeah, it was delicious. And they cook the meal for you teppanyaki style. So in other words, they cook it in front of you, in front of a flat top or on a flat top, so you could watch them cook everything um right in front of your face, which was really cool. Okay, so now I'm putting the emerald down. But the restaurant that we went to um had maybe 10 seats in it. So it was really small. And that's the thing. A lot of the seats are, or a lot of the restaurants we went to were small. They were all what you would call a hole in the wall, where I mean, you know, they weren't, I think there were like maybe one or two restaurants that you would consider more like, I don't know, like a chain restaurant, or where there, it was a large restaurant. Okay, so I'm just putting down the last colors here. I don't know. I'm just seeing where this goes. I don't think it's going to come out the way I want it to come out, just because of the fact that the resin started to cure more. But I'm going to add some more of the carrot. Um, but anyhow, the restaurant that we went to, the concept was ramen. So you get ramen, and then your choice of cut of um Kobe steak. So it was Thank you, Cindy. I wasn't sure if they were gonna be okay together, but I do agree. I think they do work out well together. So, and a little bit of the green ended up in the white here. So I'm gonna try to pick it out. And I think I got it. Okay, so there's that. All right, so yes, that's the first meal we had was a restaurant that served um it's beef. It's cow. Um, so they take so it's so there's okay, so there's your regular old steak or Angus steak, right? Angus steak is delicious. I love Angus steak. There's, so there's like you get prime, grade A beef that we have here in the United States. Now that is great. Like, it's like you say you get a filet mignon is super duper tender, nice and juicy, and all of that stuff. And when you go and say you decide you want to have Kobe beef, so that's like a step above that where the meat is so soft and so tender. The marbling in it is just beautiful, and it essentially melts in your mouth. Then there's Wagyu. Now, Wagyu is higher than Kobe beef. It is expensive. That restaurant we went to, they also served Wagyu. I'll just give you an idea of uh, expensive it is. So my husband and I were thinking about each. So you can order it as a set. So you get your ramen and you get the steak. And then they had like you can get a skewer of steak, like a kebab. And uh so you could get Wagyu, and the Wagyu, I think I think it was maybe 6 ounces was over $100. Um but the Kobe was not cheap. I think the Kobe um with the ramen. So I think it was 4 ounces of Kobe steak with the ramen. I want to say was $25. So it wasn't that bad, and 25-ish dollars in US dollars, that's cheap. So the US dollar is uh a lot stronger in Japan. So we were able to get a lot of things for really, really cheap, which was nice. Um, yeah, Wagyu, oh my gosh. And it's funny because when we were there in Japan, they had stands left and right um, that sold Wagyu beef. And um, so it was a lot of fun seeing them like hawk their wages. And it's like, it's kind of like when you go to a carnival or whatever, and you have um the people, the carnies, standing and shouting for you to come and check out their wares or try play their games. And essentially that's how it was where we were at. We were staying in Dontonburi, and it's a huge like shopping and eating area. Osaka, which is where the city we went to, is called Japan's Kitchen. And so they you know you can get like foods from food stands, or you can go to the restaurants, and then there's the shopping, lots of duty free or tax free shops. And yeah, it is going to cure. So which is fine. I want it to be exactly as it is. um I don't know if the white is really going to go anywhere, but I'm fine with that. Um, so I'm done putting everything down. I do like the way everything looks at this moment. I'm actually surprised that the colors moved as much as they did. So I'm happy with the colors I picked out and how they look with each other. It looks very springy. Maybe that's what, was in my head when I picked the colors. Because I think they were saying, for those who are in the Midwest, you guys are going to get another dang snowstorm. And that really sucks because I know how it is in what is it? When I lived in Minnesota, and like you knew that even though sometimes it would get warmer outside in March, that didn't mean you were in the clear. It could very much still snow in March. So I heard that, I'm not sure where, but the Midwest is still, yeah, yuck, Sally, yuck, yuck, yuck. It has been not anywhere near snow weather, but it is very windy today. And I think my husband said that it's going to be like in the 20s in the evenings and in the early mornings. And then like some days are going to be in the 70s, some days are going to be in the 50s. So it's going to be all over the place. So I hope hope I do not get sick. Again, not that this cold that I have really has truly gone 100% of the way, but I do feel a lot better than I did after that video I made where you guys could barely hear me. But anyhow, I don't know if what else would I gonna say? So um let me And I know I do owe you guys the winners to my two giveaways. One from my last live and the replay, and then of course the New Year's giveaway. Um what I wanted to do was some sort of lottery um giveaway so that I can do a bigger prize pack. Um, and it would include a couple of things that I brought back from Japan. Um, and like I would do like where if you purchased anything now or later, so starting like from today up until um like I announced the giveaway, which hopefully will be soon. Um, will get you so many entries. And then if you decide to do any super chats, super stickers, or whatever, that would be as well. And it could be as low as $1. And you would get entered in to a drawing for the items that I'm going to be giving away. Um, pardon me, I need to get a drink. Um, but anyhow, any purchases though, like I said, they support me with like more resin, any of the pigments, and then of course any of the prize packs. Okay. So yeah, so we're almost at an hour. I don't know if anybody's interested. If not, you can always comment on this post or on the short for the item that you would like. Um, did you want me to uh go well, I'm gonna go through the pricing just really quick. Okay. And then of course, if you guys want a custom, that's fine too. Okay, so this one is 12, and then like I said, this one is 15. Let's see, where's this? Sure, I can hold them up again. I'll hold them up with the corresponding prices, okay? Okay, so um this this one is 12, and any of the ones that are in this shape, I can try to make them into a small bowl for you for $2. So this one is 12. This is the one we just unmolded today. This one is 15, and postage is $8 no matter how many you purchase. Um then this one is 10. This is 10. And then this one is 10. This one is 12. And that one is 15. Bye, Angie. This one, Cindy. Okay. And then I have some more. So this one is 12. This is the ocean. This one is sunshine. This one is 10. And then this one is poppy, also 10. And this one is 12. Okay, Tammy. Deborah. So what I would do is, so I have a heat gun, and I heat just slightly the resin piece, and then I so it will soften the resin, and then enough to make the, petals and the bottom pliable enough. um okay, thank you, Cindy, I really appreciate it. And then um you would then take that softened item. Obviously, you have to work quickly. It's kind of like working with caramel, and caramel lace, and then you would stick it in a like a plastic bowl, and then you would uh, basically push it into the bowl as quickly as you can and hold it there. And it does harden up fairly quickly. And then, I can manipulate the petals so that you can lay the petals flat, all of that stuff. And then you can, I would leave them there until the resin then fully cooled off, and then you would squeeze the plastic bowl it was in put into, and then it'll pop out, and there you go. It's a bowl. It's obviously it's decorative, so I mean you can put your keys in. You can, obviously you can't eat out of it, but you can place it on your coffee table, on an end table. Like I know some people have tables at their entryway. um okay. Um, I can do that, Cindy. Um, so yeah, that's essentially what it is. That's how you would do it. That's why it just I think I should be able to. It'll it just Yeah, I think I should be able to do that, Tammy. Um I probably could do it with the circle ones too. I've seen the flower ones done, but I don't see why I wouldn't be able to do the circle one. Just because I've seen it where you can take the petals and flatten it out. So here I'll give you kind of an idea. So like you would put this in, right, and this is the bowl, and then you can take the petals and flatten it. So like so the petals will have sort of a lip, and then it'll go down this way, or you could have the petals just go straight up and down. So um so there's that. Okay, so then I'll go through the rest of the ones. And then I have this is the white flower. I really like this one. It's a nice delicate flower. So you can use it this way, or you can actually display it this way too, to get the more pronounced color in the center. But either or is very pretty. And then I have just a couple more. So then I have this clear blue one, this oval tray, the pill tray. This one is 15. And then this one is it's called Blue Dream. So this one is 20 bucks. This one is fireworks. It doesn't have, these are one of the pill trays have magnets in them. It's just the regular old pill tray. This one, obviously, you can put your crochet hooks, your darning needles, your stitch markers, all that stuff in here today. So these ones tend to be really super popular. And then, of course, if you want a custom, I can make you a custom. And if you want to just send me an email, you can do that too. You can send it to fibrojyarn@yahoo.com, and we can talk about doing a custom. I can tell you the molds that I'm willing to use for customs, and then we can work something out and talk about what you want to do. So, okay, so as far as Cindy, I think Cindy, um, you were getting um Poppy, and then this green and pink one. Um, and so I will set those aside for you, and then uh yes, Deborah, it that is normal. So I finished it that way because of like kind of the idea that I had in um my head. Um but like I said, I can always um make you something uh else if you would like to replace that. But yes, I kind of there's always like these ideas that I have in my head of how I see certain things. So, I don't get offended if, it when you get it, it's not what you want it to be. And I'm more than willing to make whatever it is you would like to replace it. Yes. So yes, it is. It's definitely the way it was. So I'm glad you like it. Because for me, I always get like super, super self-conscious because I may like the way it looks. But then when people actually get it, because it's like, um, when they see it, it's like, oh, maybe I didn't. And then I'm glad, Kim. I'm glad you like it. Oh, I'm so glad, Tammy. Thank you for that. That really makes me feel good. Thank you, Cindy. Um, I do this stuff because one, it helps with my anxiety and it, keeps my brain distracted and stuff. Um, and I also like sharing this stuff with you guys because I know that you guys enjoy it too. And then of course, having you guys have it is super important to me. Um, and it means a lot when you guys get your hands on it. So, um, and then to hear that when you actually physically get it, that you really do enjoy it, that it makes me feel good. Um, oh, thank you, Jennifer. I'm glad you really like the sunflower. Um, it it's really, really important to me that you guys enjoy it. Um, I don't know. It might seem a little silly, but it truly is. It's to have you guys watch me do the pour is always fun. It's super fun to interact with everybody. Um the two purple flowers. Okay, so I have was it this one? And then I have this one, and then there's this one. Um Oh, that's nice, Jennifer. Yeah, it's always nice to have places to put artwork. And I'm glad you guys enjoy watching it because, like I said, I don't need to have like 50 or 100 people show up to these lives. I love having it where it's just more intimate, if that makes sense. Um, and it's like, Okay. Here's one. Number You mean one or two on the ones that are on the short, or because let's see. Cindy purchased this one. But I'll show you the flowers that are still available. Okay. It's fun watching resin. Like, you think it's good, like you think like, okay, this is how it's gonna, this one I think is probably where I put the colors is probably what it's gonna be. uh okay. So there's this one has kind of a rose pink background, and it's got green, and I think it's I want to say fuchsia slash purple in the center. And then this one is clear purple, and then it's hot pink, and then green is the other color. Um, so but yeah, doing just having you guys come to hang out, watch me do these. Like I said, the fact that there's not like 50 or 100 people, it doesn't matter to me. um to me, what matters is that just having you guys come hang out, we talk, and all that stuff, that's what is important to me. And that knowing you guys enjoy that stuff, that is what makes um a ton of fun for me. And then when you guys buy that, obviously, that, of course, means even more, because I know you guys like what I've made. And once you get it, it makes it that even that much more special, because uh I know that you have fallen in love with that particular piece enough to say, um I want that to be in my home. It's kind of like when you crochet something and you buy it from somebody buys it from you, or you've made something for somebody, and they wear whatever it is, whether it's a hat, or they use the afghan you've made, or a scarf, or whatever. It kind of um, I don't. I have made some that were in bowls, but I sent them to my mom. Um, I'm assuming, Kim, you're trying to imagine in your head what it's supposed to look like. Is that what it is? So, yeah, all of it, the whole experience just means so much to me. I don't know. I sound like a big bowl of mush when I talk about it, but it's truly important. Um, like, if you can picture, let me go see. Let me see if I can grab that in bowl. One second. Okay, so you'd say this is the bowl. Essentially, what would be is, um, that is what it would look like. The only difference is that you would have the petals sticking straight up, or I could, you know get this soft enough to push into, a plastic bowl, and then have the bottom semi flat, and then then fold the ends of the petals so that they lay flat out. So there's that. You can have it either or. I have seen it or I think it's better and prettier to have the um petals folded flat out. But you can always use this to put on a plate display, or you could even just put this down on a coffee table or an end table, or some, I know some people have those like tables that are like by their front door, and just leave it flat like that, and you can set your wallet, or your significant other can put their wallet or keys and all that stuff sitting on it as well. um I mean, the multitude of uses are endless. It doesn't just have to necessarily sit there and look pretty. Not that there's anything wrong with having it sit there and look pretty. So there's that. So and Kim, so this is, hey, so yeah, so this is the one you like, Kim? I agree. This is very pretty. To me, the reason why I like it so much is the background that makes it pop with the rest of the design. I think this is gorgeous. Um, and now the backside is a little uneven as far as the color goes, but I made it that way for a reason. I like the um gradient look of the background to give, and you probably can't tell too much, but it does give the back little bit different look than it would if it were completely solidly colored, if that makes sense. Okay, Kim. So this is the one. Okay, so I'll set this aside for you, Kim. And then just send me an email for those of you who said you were interested. And if you just joined us, I'm more than willing to show you everything again. Um, okay, so Kim, if you want, we can discuss options. Send me an email with what you got, and then we can email on what you want to do. That way, the live doesn't have to go on, and you can do whatever it is you need to do today. So I'll try to go ahead, either later on today or tomorrow, check my emails, and to get back to everybody who said they were going to email me today. So I know Tammy, you said you're going to email me. Cindy, I know you said you're going to email me, and then Kim, you as well. If there's anybody else that is interested in anything, let me know. So what we have left, I will show you what we got left. Oh, okay, so this is okay, no problem, Kim. Whatever. Either today, tomorrow, that's fine. I blue front and back. Which blue one, Deborah? Is it the pill or the round? Okay, this one? Yes, I agree. It's gorgeous. Doesn't it remind you of the ocean? That it really does remind me of the ocean, the foam from the waves. And then this is it's like a blackish blue stones in the center. to go as a contrasting color. So now, as far as the rounds go, if you want, I could make this into a bowl. The caveat with the rounds is uh this is the backside. So you could use the backside too. The caveat to rounds and making it into a bowl is that uh, while I can make the bottom flat, it will cause the sides to ruffle a bit. So if you're okay with when I make it into a bowl for it to kind of like, ruffle or wave a little bit, I can totally turn it to a bowl. And the thing that's nice about resin and softening it, it's just about, I have managed to manipulate, like, okay, let's see, which one is it? I think it is, yeah. So this one, okay. So when I pulled this one out to price it, take pictures, it was a little wonky. So what I did was uh I took my heat gun, I heated it up, and it was plenty soft, and it stayed soft for a while, and I was able to manipulate it and, push it down onto a flat surface so that it is now flat. Um, so, so yes, I could uh, heat this up, put this into a bowl, and then it would have some wide ruffles on the side, and then so it would come up, and then all ruffled all the way around. Oh, thank you, Deborah. It's funny, these nails are press-ons. I did them this morning. Took me a bit, but yeah, these are press-on nails. I'm a right-handed person, so doing the left side, well, took that was a challenge, but I did them. Yeah, so these are press-ons. Well, because I'm normally I usually bite my nails, and so I was starting to bite my nails, and I'm like, okay, because I had bought these press-on nails, so I put them on because I'm like, no, we're not gonna do the nail biting again. So I put them on, so I would stop myself from uh biting my nails because I'm cheap. I didn't want to like spend $50 on going to get um acrylics. So anyhow, thank you. So yeah, they have this very thin French tip at the top. So okay, so I have this one is still left. This one is still left. This one is the electric purple. Um, there's this one. There's that one. Thank you, you guys. Yeah, I was like, I'm not $50 to get, to do acrylics. I'm like, no, I can do, um, let's see, um, the ocean one is 12, Deborah. So with shipping, it's $20. I knew what you meant, Monica. And then for the flowers that are left, we have this is the one that we just unmolded today. Um, and there's this one. There's that one. And there's that one. And that one. And then I have two pill trays. Yours, Kim. Hold on one second. Um, Kim, with shipping, $20. Oh, and did you want yours turned into a bowl, Kim? And then this is one of the pill trays. And then this is the other pill tray. That's everything that's left. Unless if you don't want to tell me now, you can shoot me an email. I'll check my email later on today or tomorrow. And then if there's something that you saw that caught your eye later on, you can shoot me an email and I will get back to you. Yes, $2 for the bowl. So it's 22 total if you want me to turn it into a bowl. Because that will take time. And then, like I said, if you're interested in a custom, I can do that too. Just send me an email. We can work on a custom too. And that's, priced according to whatever it is that we want to work on. And I can tell you which molds I'm willing to work with in order to so that we can figure something out. So send me an email to fibroyarn@yahoo.com. And then I can let you know how you can pay for everything. And don't worry, I know everybody is good, good for whatever it is. So I'm not worried as far as payment. Because I'll give you guys several ways to pay, so it's not just going to be PayPal. Will be Cash App and Venmo as well. So there's I prefer Cash App or Venmo, but either or of the three. Nope, I'm gonna leave it exactly the way it is. This one, what I'm thinking though is depending on how it looks when it comes out. Actually, so there is some space on it. So what I might do for this one is I might put a black background on it, and then and or make that one into a bowl. And then you can guys watch me pour, and then when we unmold, make it into a bowl. If I can, if I'm not too nervous about it. Let me see here. Yeah, it's still soft. And I can feel heat coming from it, but I like the way the colors are. I'm gonna okay. I can I can do that. I can I'm gonna we'll turn it into a bowl. I'm gonna bring you guys closer to the pour. So that's what it looks like up close. So obviously the light green is the what is it? That's the lime. And then this is the emerald. This is the carrot, and that's the honey. And, even just because I don't think the white is going to go anywhere, just because the resin was too thick because it was starting to cure by the time I poured it down, I'm okay with that because I think it would make a nice looking framing with the fun spring colors. Um, um, Probably it will. It might look a little more defined as far as like if you can see um the like how the colors have like kind of webbed out. You might be able to see that a little bit more. So I'm right now I'm like, well, do I want to put a background on it and lose the ability to turn it over and see what it looks like? So I'm thinking I'm probably going to not put a background on it, but I'm going to still make this into a bowl. And then, you guys can help me decide which side to use as the inside of the bowl in comparison to the outside of the bowl. Um, but I don't know if you guys can tell, but the white um has like this kind of drop off. So where you can see like the white to the clear, there's kind of a defined line and then you get the color. And I like that. I think it looks fun. To me, it looks like this looks like winter on the outside, on the edges, and then that's spring. So this would be like the winter leaving and the spring coming. That's what it reminds me of. As silly as that may sound. So, so yes. We'll do that. I will yes, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. So, I will we'll unmold it next time and we'll make it into a bowl and you can see how it is done with the ruffling and all. Thanks, Tammy. And you guys can watch me, hopefully not struggle too much, turn it into a bowl. And then, you know, you can also decide at that point if there's anything else, you guys would like to see, whatever. I mean, the ideas are endless. You guys know that. It's just a matter of bringing life to them. So, yeah, that's about it. I don't know if anybody is interested in anything else. If you don't want to stay here, that's fine. Just send me an email if you have any more questions. Um, and then let's see, we've got 11 of us here. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Okay. Does anybody work with thread? It's not a lot of yarn. Not that I'm sure you guys really care. Yarn is yarn is yarn is yarn. Um, so I know some of you work with fine yarn. I don't. But I did buy some yarn that's I think it's lace yarn. Um, and I was gonna give it away today really quickly if you guys are interested. Okay. Well, that settles it then. Let me get up my tool here. 1 second. Be right back. Uh, Okay, so it's just one skein of yarn, but it is from Japan and it's really pretty. So I'll show it to you here in just a second. So it's recycled lace yarn, multicolor, Daiso, and it says it's white mix. I don't know what that means. So it's 50% recycled cotton. I don't know what the other 50% is just because I can't read the Japanese. Um, but it is cotton. Let me see if I can figure out anything else. It says it's color number, I think it says 382. Everything is so small. Either that or I'm going more blind. Um, so this is the color. It's pastels, which is fun for Easter. It's pastel pink, yellow, blue. I don't know if there's green in there. I don't see any green. So yeah, it's just this one. I only got the one because I know that not necessarily a lot of people work with lace weight. So yeah, it's just this one. And because all of you guys are here and awesome, um, I am going to be giving this away for those of you who showed up, um, and supporting me. Um, and let me see if I can find how much is in here. 60 meters. So either way, I'm sure you could probably make like some fun, like you said, micro grannies, or I know like little like flowers, like appliques and stuff like that are always fun to use this kind of yarn with. Um, so it's very pretty, and very soft. And like I said, it's cotton, so there shouldn't be any sort of weirdness in it. But yes, it's got still got its band on it. It came all the way from Osaka, Japan. Okay, so let me make sure that everything is good to go here. Um, all right, so um, right now, there is currently 13 people in the live, and I know we've gone over the 1 hour, way over the 1 hour time limit, but thank you guys for hanging out, which is why I really wanted to give this away to you guys. For those of you who are still around and still hanging out with me and who have supported me, hugs all the way around. Let's go ahead and give this away. So go ahead and let's do some fun positive words in the chat. I got Nightbot up so that we can pick a winner, or actually Nightbot can pick a winner. So go ahead and put some words in the chat, and then I will pick a winner here shortly. And then what you will need to do is send me an email with all of your information, first and last name, full address, even if I may have sent you stuff to fibrojarn@yahoo.com. It's the email that is shown there on the screen. And then I will send you the item. And then I know I still have to pick the scavenger hunt giveaway along with my last live's giveaway. I will pick those probably tomorrow. After this today, I need to rest. And then plus I started a new medication yesterday. I feel bleh. So yes, I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. And last thing, if you are interested in getting a custom, shoot me an email and we can work together to make something just for you. Okay, so we are at 9 entries and we've got 12 people in the live. So I'm just going to let it run for a little bit longer and then we will uh, pick a winner. Okay, so all right, so we're still at 9, even though we've got 11. I see they may be just kind of lurking, which is fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick a winner. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the winner is Sally. Congratulations, Sally. Yay. So Sally, I know I probably sent you things before. Send me your information. Although and then to fibroyarn@yahoo.com, and then I will ship you your prize. And then the other thing, like I said, for those of you who either are interested or who have said you're interested in purchasing, I will check my email as well so that we can figure out the logistics of payment, and or if you're interested in a custom, and all of those fun details. So we will wrap things up, um, as we are now um, now at 1 hour and 42 minutes. And I appreciate you guys. Once I have my act together, which hopefully will be next week, I will be gathering together a fun prize pack to give away to everybody who is interested in entering. So until my next video, which is next week, Tuesday, I believe, I will see you in my next one. Have a great rest of your Sunday and take care. Be safe. And for those of you who are going to get snow, stay warm. Stay warm. Bye, everybody. Thank you, Deborah.